Welcome to another episode of Explained by AI. Today we're diving into the world of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3.
That's right, 3, not third.
Uh-huh. Yeah, easy mistake to make.
It happens.
But anyway, we're going to become total pros with some awesome tips and tricks to dominate, so
Absolutely.
let's get right to it.
Sounds good.
Okay, first up, movement. You can't just stand still in this game.
Yeah.
You got to be like a ninja, always moving, sliding around corners,
Sliding, dolphin diving, tactical sprinting.
Dolphin diving, tactical sprinting. It's all about being unpredictable, right?
Exactly. You got to be a hard target.
Now let's talk maps, because knowing the layout,
Oh, yeah. Super important.
it's like having a secret weapon, especially on those classic
A
maps.
remastered map.
Remastered maps, yeah, like Terminal, High Rise, all those good ones.
Got to know those choke points.
You got it. Knowing where to defend, the sneaky flanking routes,
All those power positions.
power positions, yeah, where you have a clear view,
Yeah, you don't want to be caught out in the open.
especially on High Rise, right? Snipers everywhere.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so seeing the enemy is one thing, but
You got to hear them, too.
hearing them, that's crucial. So what do we need?
A good headset, man. It's a game changer.
Seriously.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, how much of a difference does it make?
Huge. You'll hear footsteps, reloads.
Whoa, really? Reloads too.
Yeah, you'll even hear the clinking of their equipment.
That's wild. It's like having super hearing.
Pretty much.
So you could basically pinpoint their location before they even see you.
Exactly.
That's amazing. All right, moving on to weapon loadouts. This is where it gets fun, right?
It's all about finding those perfect tools.
Because you need the right tools for the job.
Right, like a sniper rifle's great for long range,
Awesome for long range, but
a terrible in close combat.
oh yeah, for sure. So that's what
Weapon synergy comes in.
weapon synergy. I like that. Tell me more.
Okay, so you pair that sniper with an SMG.
Okay, so you're ready for anything.
Exactly, any situation.
Now, what if I'm more of a lone wolf player?
If you're more of a solo player,
Yeah, what would you recommend then?
an all-rounder, like an assault rifle,
Assault rifle? Good choice. Good at most ranges.
yeah, they can handle a variety of situations.
Now, let's not forget about perks. These are those little bonuses.
Oh yeah, perks can really boost your game.
They make a big difference.
Big time.
You can tailor them to your playstyle.
Or the game mode you're playing.
Ooh, fast hands. That's my favorite.
Fast hands is a good one.
I love it, especially in those intense firefights.
Lets you swap weapons and reload super fast.
Exactly, gives you that edge.
For sure. And for those sneaky players,
Yeah.
in Search and Destroy, you got perks like Ghost, Tracker,
Ooh. And
Stealth Silence.
So you're basically invisible.
Pretty much, you're off the enemy radar.
It's like being a phantom.
A phantom on the battlefield.
Okay, speaking of battlefield tactics, let's talk kill streaks.
Ooh, kill streaks.
Gotta choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Yeah, don't go for those high-level ones.
Unless you're like,
Unless you're racking up tons of kills.
all right, you gotta be realistic.
Yeah, sometimes a simple UAV,
UAV, that's classic.
counter UAV, those are super helpful.
Yeah, they provide that constant intel.
Yeah, helps everyone on the team.
I like that.
Precision airstrike, that's another classic.
Precision airstrike, oh yeah, never gets old.
Never gets old.
All right, now are you ready for a fun tip?
I'm always ready for a fun tip.
This one's a little out there.
Okay, hit me.
Riot shield
Oh.
with throwing knives.
What?
Yeah, no, it sounds crazy.
Riot shield and throwing knives.
It's hilarious. It throws your opponents off guard.
I bet it does.
And it can be surprisingly effective.
Really?
I'm serious.
That's wild.
So picture this, right? A riot shield comes charging at them,
Oh, man.
and then boom, barrage of throwing knives.
Talk about disruptive.
I know, right? It's all about keeping them guessing.
I love it. All right, let's dive even deeper
Deeper. Okay, I'm ready.
into some more pro tips.
Let's do it.
I'm excited. Me too. So remember, outsmarting your opponents is like the key to winning those matches.
So it's not just running around like crazy.
No. There's actual thinking involved.
Thinking, okay, I like that.
Absolutely. Positioning is super important.
Okay,
Always have cover nearby, like a wall or a big object, just in case things get heated.
so I should be thinking about where the big fights might happen and be ready to take cover.
You got it. And pay close attention to those sounds you hear.
Yeah,
With a good headset, you'll know exactly where enemies are,
right.
even if you can't see them yet.
I bet it's like having a superpower.
It is.
Hearing those enemies sneaking up
Totally.
before they even know I'm there.
And knowing how your opponent plays
Okay.
is a big advantage.
Yeah.
If they like to rush and set traps for them, use claymores or bouncing betties.
Ooh, sneaky.
If they like to camp in one spot, flush them out with flashbangs or stuns.
Right.
It's all about adapting to their style.
So is that a game of strategy?
Exactly.
Figuring out their moves
Yeah.
and countering them.
You're catching on quickly.
Haha, I try.
Now, remember how we talked about weapon loadouts?
Yeah.
Choosing the right weapons is like picking the right tools for a job.
Right, so if I'm playing solo, a versatile weapon like an assault rifle is a good choice.
It is.
But if I want to specialize...
Then weapon synergy is your best friend.
Okay, weapon synergy. I'm listening.
Imagine this. You're a skilled sniper picking off enemies from afar.
Okay.
But what happens when someone gets too close?
Uh-oh.
That's where a fast-firing SMG comes in to save the day.
So I'm prepared for any range.
Exactly.
Whether it's long distance or close combat.
You got it.
And perks can help with that too, right?
Absolutely. Perks are like adding an extra layer of awesome to your character.
Okay.
For those intense domination matches.
Yeah.
Perks like Overkill.
Overkill.
Which lets you carry 2 primary weapons.
2 primary weapons? Whoa.
And Battle Hardened.
Okay.
Which helps you resist enemy tactical equipment.
So I'm basically tougher.
Yeah, you're tougher.
I like it. Those can be game changers. Absolutely. And don't forget fast hands.
Oh yeah, fast hands.
It's a lifesaver in those close quarters fights when you need to reload.
Or switch weapons quickly.
Exactly. Every second counts.
Couldn't agree more. Speaking of making every second count.
Let's talk kill streaks.
Zero streaks.
They can really turn the tide of battle.
If you choose wisely.
Because some players always go for the most impressive kill streaks, but those can be hard to earn.
They can be.
If you're not racking up a ton of kills.
Exactly. Sometimes the most helpful kill streaks are the ones that give your team consistent support.
Okay.
Like a UAV or a counter UAV can provide valuable intel, helping everyone stay ahead of the enemy.
It's about working together as a team.
It is.
Using those kill streaks to everyone's advantage.
Absolutely.
Now remember that wild tactic we talked about earlier?
The riot shield and throwing knives?
Riot shield throwing knives.
It's a classic.
It's just so crazy.
It is.
There's nothing quite like seeing the enemy's face.
The look on their face, yeah.
When you come charging at them with a riot shield and then knives flying through the air.
They're just confused.
I know, right? It sounds chaotic and hilarious, but I bet it's effective too.
It is.
Talk about keeping the enemy on their toes.
Totally. What about using a bunch of explosives?
Explosives, okay.
Like launchers and grenades.
I like where this is going.
That's definitely a more aggressive approach.
Okay.
But it can be super satisfying when you pull it off.
For sure.
Imagine clearing out an entire objective with a perfectly placed rocket.
That's what I call a highlight reel moment.
It is, for sure.
All right, so we've got these crazy tactics.
We do.
But what about just finding what works best for me?
I think the best way to find what works for you is to experiment and try different things.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to mix up your weapons, perks, and playstyles until you find what clicks.
It's all about finding your own way to dominate
It is.
the battlefield.
Yeah.
And speaking of domination,
Yes.
we can't forget about aim and engagements.
Ooh, aim and engagement.
Hitting your shots is pretty important,
And
right?
even more than important.
Okay, essential.
Essential. All right, I'm listening.
Practice keeping your crosshairs at head level,
Okay.
so you're ready to fire the moment an enemy appears.
I see.
And when you're engaging at long range, try using burst fire instead of spraying bullets.
Burst fire.
Burst fire.
Instead of just holding down the trigger.
Exactly. It helps you control recoil and land those crucial shots.
That's a great tip. I've definitely been guilty of just holding down the trigger and hoping for the best.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But with practice, you'll be landing those headshots like a pro.
Headshots. Okay.
And another cool trick is to pre-aim at common spots where enemies like to appear.
So if I know enemies usually come from a certain direction, I should be ready for them.
Exactly. It's all about anticipation and being prepared.
It's like knowing where the cookie jar is.
Yes.
And waiting for someone to reach for it.
Exactly.
I like that analogy.
And of course, we can't forget about grenades.
Yeah.
Grenades. Those little bundles of explosive fun.
They can be game changers.
They can.
Flashbangs and stuns are perfect for disorienting enemies before you push into an objective.
Okay.
Blinding them for a few seconds gives you a huge advantage.
It's like giving them a temporary timeout.
Exactly, and frag grenades are great for clearing out rooms or flushing out enemies who are hiding.
Right.
Just be careful not to blow yourself up in the process.
Always good advice.
Yeah.
I've definitely had a few accidental grenade mishaps in my time.
It happens, but with practice, you'll be a grenade throwing master.
Grenade throwing master, I like it.
And that wraps up part 2 of our Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 deep dive.
We've covered a ton of ground from movement and positioning,
Weapons perks,
and even those crazy tactics.
like the riot shield and throwing knives.
Riot shield throwing knives never gets old.
Never gets old.
So we've given you a whole arsenal of tips and tricks.
To help you become a Call of Duty pro,
Welcome back to our Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Deep Dive. We're in the final stretch now, and things are about to get massive.
That's right, we're talking about Warzone 2.0 integration.
Warzone 2.0, it's where multiplayer meets Battle Royale.
The best of both worlds.
Sounds intense. Where do we even begin?
First, you gotta choose your landing zone wisely.
Okay, landing zone.
Yeah, feeling brave. Go for those high loot areas.
High loot, high risk.
Exactly. But be prepared for some serious early action.
So it's like a gamble. You could get awesome gear right away.
Or you could get taken out before you even find a gun.
Yeah, that's a risk I'm not sure I'm willing to take.
If you're new to Warzone or just want to play it safe,
Yeah.
start in a quieter area, get your bearings, find some decent gear,
Get a feel for things.
and then get ready to fight.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Survival is key, right?
Absolutely, and that's where buy stations come in handy.
Buy stations. Tell me more.
They're like little shops scattered across the map
Yeah.
where you can buy loadouts, kill streaks, other helpful items.
So if I need a restock on ammo, grab a powerful kill streak,
Revive a teammate?
I can head to a buy station,
You got it. They can be lifesavers.
especially in those tense late game situations.
Sure.
Now, what about that giant gas circle that keeps closing in?
Oh yeah, the shrinking safe zone.
Yeah, I've heard it's a real game changer.
It definitely keeps you on your toes. You do not want to get caught outside of it.
So I need to keep an eye on the circle and move with it.
Exactly. It's like a deadly game of tag. Stay ahead of the circle or you're toast.
So strategy and knowing the Mac are super important in Warzone.
Absolutely.
What about the best loadout for this mode? Any recommendations?
I always recommend a weapon for long range, like a trusty sniper rifle,
Okay, sniper.
and something for close combat, like a fast-firing SMG.
Makes sense. You're ready for anything that way.
Exactly.
What about perks? Are there any must-haves for Warzone?
Ghost is always a good choice.
Ghost, yeah.
Keeps you hidden from enemy UAVs.
I like that.
And Tracker can be a huge help. It lets you see enemy footprints.
Footprints.
Yeah, perfect for hunting them down or avoiding their traps.
It's like having a built-in detective kit.
Pretty much.
Okay, any final pro tips that we can use in any game mode?
Master the art of burst firing.
Burst firing.
Instead of spraying bullets wildly, practice firing in short bursts.
Okay.
Especially at long range, it helps you control recoil and land more accurate shots.
It's like taking your time to aim carefully.
Exactly, and don't forget about countering those enemy kill streaks.
Countering kill streaks.
Use the engineer perk to spot their equipment and streaks.
Oh,
And always have a launcher handy to take down those pesky UAVs and helicopters.
turning the tables on the enemy, I like it.
For sure.
And of course, all those cool moves we talked about.
Sliding, dolphin diving.
Gliding, dolphin diving, tactical sprinting.
Yeah, good stuff.
Those can help you out in any situation.
Absolutely. The more unpredictable you are, the harder you are to hit.
So it's all about combining strategy, skill.
And maybe even a little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck, you got to have that.
To become a Call of Duty champion.
That's a wrap on our Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Deep Dive.
We covered it all.
We covered a ton of ground, from the basics to some seriously pro tips.
Hopefully you're feeling confident and ready to dominate.
Ready to dominate, that's the goal.
And most importantly, have fun out there.
Exactly. Have fun. That's what it's all about.
Now it's your turn to put all this knowledge into action.
Show the world what you're made of. And hey, do you have any topic that you would like to have explained? Drop in the comments.